ALOHAYUI です。
And met this. So apparently you guys had some questions for Yui, for me, about our relationship. So yeah, I'm not really sure what they're going to be, but let's, why don't we take a look?
It's actually
Do
not.
you have some questions for me, honey?
Yes, I have a lot.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I got a lot from audience, né?
Oh, okay.
And also not for us, for you
Oh, for me?
today. Yeah,
Okay.
this time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. はい。
はい。
なので、マットさんはどんな質問が来るかわからないんですけども、まだ伝えてないので、どんな返答が返ってくるのか私も楽しみです。では早速始めてみましょう。Let's get started! Question number 1.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I am from Detroit. So Detroit, Michigan. It's the middle of the country and all the way up to the north. It's over by Canada. So across the border from Detroit is Canada. So yeah, right over there in Michigan. You can always tell our state because it looks like a hand. And in that hand, I can tell people where I'm from. So I'm part of this Michigan, not over here, over here.
When and why move to Hawaii?
So I didn't like cold weather. I didn't want to be in Detroit anymore. And I just realized that there wasn't very much going on over there as far as jobs and things like that go. I went down to the Caribbean at the time and I saw all palm trees in the ocean for my first time. And then I realized that I had no business being in Michigan. I wanted to see palm trees in the ocean, and I was more of a tropical type of person, so I would rather be in the tropics as opposed to in the cold weather. And I also, clouds kind of make me depressed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really don't do well with cloudy weather or rainy weather, or so I need sunshine, and we have a lot of sunshine out here, so. Although when I first moved to Hawaii, it would rain for 46 days straight. It was the weirdest thing. Like nobody's ever seen that in Hawaii before. And when I got here, it was 46 days of rain straight. And to this day, nobody's ever seen anything like that. And I got here on the second day of that. So I was ready to move back to Detroit. I was like, the sun never shines in Hawaii. What the hell?
I know. So when was that?
That was in 2005?
2005.
February,
so it's almost...
February 28th, 2005.
Oh.
Yeah. So I remember I was...
15 years?
Yeah. So I was here for 2 years on Oahu. After a couple of years of being on Oahu, I moved over to Maui. So I said that there is too many people on Oahu. It's too crowded for me. I was looking for a different type of lifestyle, so I moved over to Maui. And then after being on Maui for 2.5 years, I realized there are not nearly enough people on that island, and I need to move back to Oahu because I wanted to have more people and more things to do. Maui got really boring. So traveled around the world for 1.5 years as a dive instructor. Lived in Honduras. Lived in Lake Tahoe, California.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, good, thank you.
I know I have questions for you, but stop talking so much.
Do you speak Japanese? No.
I think right now, just me and her, it's just easier for her to speak English, I think, than it is for me to try to speak Japanese. So
how many Japanese words do you know so far?
But I can pick up some stuff. So.
I think 10 words.
10 words? I ain't counted 10. No, I got to 5. But no, I definitely speak more than 10 words. Last time we tried to count, I think she said I spoke 35 or something like that. It's probably like 45.
No, you didn't add any words.
Totally did. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
What made you start fishing?
So I started fishing. It was basically...
Long story short, Nick, please.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Anyway, so basically my grandparents were both fishermen. So my grandpa always took me fishing. My dad always took me fishing. My other grandpa always took me fishing. Sometimes when you don't have a whole lot to talk about when you're a kid compared to your dad and your grandparents, you don't really have a whole lot to say when you're 6 years old or something like that. It gives you something to do where you can kind of bond together. And I love the water. I love being on the water. So that's how I ended up started fishing. And then now it's an addiction. And still fish.
Alright. What is your favorite phrase?
My favorite phrase?
Motto.
Oh, motto. Oh, okay. I know hers is everything happens for a reason, and I believe that too. So I think everything does happen for a reason. Maybe because as long as you have that attitude, then it will be, you know, if you have a positive attitude, positive things are going to happen. If you have a negative attitude, negative things are going to happen. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
Another big one for me is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So basically, it's easier to prevent a problem. So it's so much easier to prevent something from happening than to fix it once it's already broken.
Oh.
So it's better to take care of a car than to fix it once it breaks down. It's better to communicate in a relationship than have to go back and fix something that you did wrong because you didn't know. So it's
Okay.
It's better to, you know, discipline a kid when he's young so he doesn't grow up to be bad than it is to try to fix a bad kid. You know, stuff like that, right? It's easier to prevent than it is to fix.
What was your first impression of me?
First impression of her? Oh, huge smile. Huge! Bigger than her face. Yeah, so I remember, you know, came up to my booth and she was wearing a hat at the time and she was looking down at a brochure, and then I came up and I said something to her and she looked up and she had this huge smile on her face and I'm like, wow, that's a big smile. I like that she was only came up to hear on me, so it was very
Good size.
Yeah, very cute. Very cute.
Oh my god. Sorry everybody. Okay, next. 結婚の決め手は何ですか？これが一番多い質問でした。